Have you ever wondered how mindful eating can change your life? Welcome to our journey into the transformative practice of mindful eating. This isn't about diets or restrictions, but a new way of approaching our relationship with food. It's about fully engaging our senses, savoring flavors, and appreciating the nourishment food provides. Mindful eating is the practice of paying full attention to the experience of eating and drinking, both inside and outside the body. We pay attention to the colors, smells, textures, flavors, temperatures, and even the sounds of our food. We eat slowly and savor each bite, tuning into our body's hunger and fullness cues. By eating mindfully, we can develop a healthier relationship with food, one that's based on nourishment and enjoyment rather than guilt and anxiety. It's a practice that can truly change our lives by transforming our relationship with food. Stay tuned as we delve into some practical tips for mindful eating. First off, we have the practice of eating without distractions. This is more than just a tip, it's a transformative approach to how we experience our meals. Imagine for a moment the difference between mindlessly munching on a sandwich while scrolling through your emails and truly tasting, savoring each bite of that sandwich, being present with every flavor and texture. Turning off the television, setting aside your phone, and focusing solely on your meal can significantly intensify your eating experience. It's not just about appreciating the taste of your food, but also acknowledging the nourishment it provides. By removing distractions, we give ourselves the opportunity to connect with our food, to appreciate its journey from farm to plate, and to fully engage in the act of eating. This mindful approach can enhance our overall relationship with food and our bodies. So next time, put away your phone, and give your meal the attention it deserves. The next two steps involve mindful portions and thorough chewing. Let's dive into mindful portions first. This is about being aware of the amount you're eating. It's easy to overeat when we're not paying attention, but by using smaller plates and serving smaller portions, we can retrain our brains to be satisfied with less. It's not about deprivation, but about balance and moderation. Now, onto thorough chewing. This may seem trivial, yet it's a vital part of mindful eating. Taking the time to chew your food slowly and thoroughly not only aids digestion but also enhances the taste of each bite. It's about savoring the food, not rushing through a meal. You'll find that when you chew your food well, you'll eat less, enjoy more, and feel fuller faster. Remember, it's not just about what you eat, but also how much and how you eat it. Now, let's move on to understanding your body's signals. One of the most crucial aspects of mindful eating is paying attention to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Our bodies are beautifully designed machines that know exactly when they need fuel and when they've had enough. Unfortunately, we often ignore these signals and eat for reasons other than hunger, such as boredom, stress, or emotional triggers. Imagine if we treated our cars in the same way, filling up the tank whenever we felt stressed or bored, regardless of how much fuel was already in there. It wouldn't make sense, would it? The same applies to our bodies. Eating when you're not hungry or continuing to eat past the point of fullness can lead to weight gain and an unhealthy relationship with food. It's important to eat when you're genuinely hungry and to stop when you're comfortably full. Your body is smart, it knows when it's hungry and when it's full. All you need to do is listen. Our next tip is to savor each bite. This is a crucial step to mindful eating that often gets overlooked. With our busy lives, we tend to rush through our meals, barely tasting what we're eating. But by slowing down and really savoring each bite, we can unlock a whole new dimension to our meals. Imagine the food on your fork, the textures, the flavors, the temperature. All these elements come together to create a symphony of sensations in your mouth. And it's not just about the taste, but also the texture and the temperature of the food that add to the overall experience. A helpful practice is to put down your utensils between bites. This small act encourages you to slow down and focus on the food, rather than rushing to get the next bite ready. It's about fully immersing yourself in the experience of eating, not just consuming food. By taking the time to savor each bite, you can truly engage with the experience of eating. Moving on, we have the practice of eating with all your senses. Now, this is where mindful eating truly becomes a multisensory experience. It's not just about taste, it's about engaging all your senses to fully appreciate the food you're eating. Consider the vibrant colors on your plate, the rainbow of fresh fruits and vegetables, the golden brown of a perfectly cooked piece of fish. These colors are not only visually appealing, but they also signal the variety of nutrients our body needs. Then take a moment to appreciate the aroma. The smell of food can often trigger memories, emotions, and anticipation for the meal. It's an integral part of the eating experience that often gets overlooked. Do you ever pay attention to the texture of food? The crunch of a crisp apple, the smoothness of a creamy soup, the chewiness of a well-cooked steak. Each texture contributes to the overall enjoyment of the meal. Finally, listen to your food. The sizzle of a frying pan, the crunch of biting into a carrot, the sound of a knife cutting through a ripe tomato. These sounds add another layer of appreciation for the meal. So next time, notice the colors, smells, textures, and even the sounds of your food. Let's talk about the emotional aspects of eating. Eating is not just a physical act, but an emotional one too. Our feelings often interweave with our eating habits, coloring our relationship with food. It's not uncommon to find comfort in a warm bowl of soup on a chilly day, or seek solace in a bar of chocolate during stressful times. These emotional triggers can sometimes lead to overeating or unhealthy choices. The key is to recognize these triggers and understand their role in our eating habits. Are you reaching for that extra slice of pizza because you're truly hungry, or is it stress, boredom, or loneliness nudging you? The practice of mindful eating encourages us to tune into these emotional cues. It urges us to pause, reflect, and make conscious decisions rather than mindlessly giving in to emotional cravings. Remember, food is not just fuel for the body, it's also tied to our emotions. Finally, we come to appreciation and reflection. The journey of your food, from the farm to your plate, is a story worth contemplating. Each grain of rice, each leaf of lettuce, each slice of bread, comes with its own tale of labor, love, and life. As you consume your meal, take a moment to appreciate this journey. This appreciation fosters a sense of gratitude and connection, enhancing the experience of eating and reminding us of our place in the larger ecosystem. Now let's talk about breathing. It's something we do unconsciously, yet it holds the power to anchor us in the present. Practice mindful breathing before you start eating. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and then slowly let it out. Repeat this a few times. You'll find yourself more present and focused on your meal, enabling you to truly savor each bite. Next, let's address judgments. We often label foods as good or bad, creating unnecessary guilt and stress around eating. Remember, food is not just about nutrition, it's also about satisfaction and enjoyment. So rather than labeling, focus on nourishing your body and soul. Choose foods that make you feel good and bring you joy. This non-judgmental approach can lead to a healthier relationship with food. Lastly, let's reflect on our eating experience. After you finish your meal, take the time to reflect on how you feel. Are you satisfied? Did you enjoy the meal? Did you listen to your body's signals? This reflection can help you understand your eating habits better and guide your future choices. It's not about right or wrong, but about understanding what works for you. Appreciation and reflection are key elements of mindful eating. They help us connect with our food, our bodies, and our emotions on a deeper level. They turn the act of eating from a mundane task into a meaningful experience. So take a moment to appreciate your food, breathe, and reflect on your eating experience. To wrap up, let's summarize the key points about mindful eating. It's all about being fully present during your meals, savoring each bite, and tuning into your body's hunger and fullness cues. Start by eating without distractions, truly appreciating the colors, smells, and textures of your food. Be aware of portion sizes and chew your food thoroughly to aid digestion and truly experience the taste. Remember to listen to your body's signals, eating when you're hungry and stopping when satisfied. Avoid emotional eating and instead, focus on the sensory experience, engaging all your senses. Recognize the emotional and mental aspects of eating and appreciate the journey your food took from the farm to your plate. Finally, take a moment to reflect on your eating experience. Did you enjoy the meal? Are you satisfied? These reflections can help you make more mindful choices in the future. Remember, mindful eating is a skill that takes practice. Start with one or two of these tips and gradually incorporate more into your routine as you become more comfortable with the practice.